One of the best methods to monitor availability and performance is to use synthetic transaction, as we will demonstrate in this video using HANA Management Pack for SCOM. So, as we know, the availability of the environment is critical to the application performance. So in order to monitor, the best way is to monitor an actual synthetic transaction. Here we can see the hierarchical structure of the database being monitored. And at the root level, we have some alerts that are related to a synthetic transaction. So here, drilling down further, we have a particular synthetic, which is related to, if you are going to do this from scratch, look up the HANA performance data in the performance of the SQL plant. So in the SQL plant cache, you can look for statements that may have top execution times. In this case, if the average execution time of your statements inside the HANA database, we've located one here, and looks quite high. We can go over in this example, pick out the statement from that particular cache. We'll take one of these statements and we'll simulate using synthetic transaction to run them on a regular basis, and that will tell us whether the system is available, first of all, to run the transaction, as well as how it performs each time it runs it. So to automate this, we use our HANA Management Pack, and it will essentially schedule the call. So in authoring, we are able to create a synthetic transaction monitoring by adding the synthetic transaction and picking the synthetic transaction monitoring class. Give it a friendly name, and after that, a basic description, and we should be able to save this and provide the actual SQL that we're going to execute against the HANA database. Now we support both the native SQL for HANA as well as procedure calls, so anything that you would execute as a statement in the HANA Studio, you can do that here. Alright, so once we provide that and make the description something that's easy to describe the actual synthetic transaction as it shows up in the main console, we'll click next to save and pick the environment that we're going to automate this synthetic against. Put in the SQL statement without anything at the end, and here we are able to control the interval, how often we want to run this synthetic transaction against the database. In this case, for this test, we'll just create one for 3600 seconds, which is an hour. After saving that, here already example that we've set up before, check table consistency. This is an example of running a consistency check for statistics table in the HANA database. And as you can see here, there are two metrics that we're monitoring, both the status as well as the duration. So essentially, when you come back, we have the HANA Management Pack in the System Center Operations Console. In the monitoring under synthetic transaction container, we see here we have several synthetic transactions that we've created, and once you've created, they are managed and automated, run on a regular basis. You can also see the event view. So once the HANA synthetic transaction runs, we monitor the status of it as far as if it exceeds certain performance threshold, issue alerts accordingly, and if it also have a status that may be not successful for whatever reason, unable to access the database, if the database is down or invalid SQL, we'll get various different status code returning from the HANA execution. Diving deeper into the Health Explorer, you can see that we have some state changes here relating to the duration. So at that particular time, we had a green to red state event change, which indicated there was performance that exceeded the threshold set by the synthetic transaction. Here we can see also back in the HANA tree, we have either warning, healthy, or critical. So if you are testing synthetic transactions, automating them to run against the database to monitor availability and performance, you'll be able to essentially look at this as far as diving down to see what has a error or how it executes. And that is the basic of the HANA Management Pack for SCOM that automates synthetic monitoring.